Hey scholars, thank you for opening this video. Today's video, we are going to look at 30 different questions for your F1 visa interview. I want you to see this video as a revision guide to help you better prepare for your F1 visa interview. If you prepared so much, maybe this is just like I said, it's a revision for you now. So to make it more interesting, this is how it's going to be. Don't just listen to my answers. Okay? So I'll read the question. You may just want to stop the video at that moment and try to give your answer. Then you listen to my answer or the tips I'm going to give you. Okay? And the most common questions definitely for your F1 visa interview can be grouped into these categories. The first one will be your study plans. Of course, you are going to expect questions around that. And the other one will be university choice, why the university, everything regarding the university. Okay, the other one will be academic capability. Are you smart enough? Okay, are you well prepared academically to come here and do your master's or PhD or bachelor's, whatever it is? Now, the other one, of course, which is the most crucial one, is your financial status. Do you have all the finances to come here and do your studies without struggling, without having to leave your classes and go out there trying to find a job so that you make a way where there is no way? Okay, and the last one will be your post-graduation plans. Okay, after your studies. So this has to do with your home ties and all of that. So broadly, every other question so far we are going to look at has to be under this 6 areas: study plans, university choice, academic capability, financial status, and post-graduation plans. Okay, so we are going to look at the questions one after the other and see the answers to these questions. Okay, so the first question here says, why are you going to the United States? Why is the visa officer asking you, why are you going to the United States? He knows you are going to the United States, but he wants to know, why are you going to the United States? Of course, you are coming to the United States because you have received an offer letter from a university and you've satisfied the financial criterion, and that's your plan, is to come here and study, do your master's degree, and then head back to your home country and put those expertise into practice. So basically, I don't like to give word for word questions because it's so bad. Answers rather, it's so bad. Okay, it will be like, I'm going to the United States to pursue my master's degree at, let's say, Carnegie Mellon universities. Okay, something like that. So just around that, it's so simple. Why are you coming to the United States? Because you are coming here to do your master's degree at a specific university with the hope of getting the expertise that will take you back to your home country. So something like that. So simple and straightforward. And you have to go first to the point. If you have more time, then you can add whatever you have. Okay, but it has to be straight. Go straight to the point. The other question says, what will your specialization in for your degree? Okay, so what will you specialize in your degree? So if you are in the STEM, you know your area, you know what you did in your undergraduate. Most often it has to align with whatever you've done, even though it's not hard and fast rule that says whatever you've studied, because they are related courses. Okay, maybe I have done something in business administration and now I want to do something relating to business administration, but it's not basically business administration. Okay, so what will be your specialization? In my own case, my specialization will be civil engineering. That's the area of specialization. Okay, but deeply into that we have like structural engineering, because civil is just broad. You have different branches, so it will be like structural engineering. That's your area of specialization. You don't have to bring this, bring that, and all of that. It's straight to the point. That's it. Okay, the other one says, what will be your major? Your major. So now you're like, what you will specialize in. Civil, your major, of course, it just most often will be like the same thing, right? Okay, or maybe I will just bring in like structural engineering and all of that. Okay, so the next question says, what do you do for a living? Okay, if you have been working and if you are still working, you just have to state that. Okay, I am working as this and this in this company. That's it. Simple as that. Yeah, you can be unemployed. There is no problem with that. Okay, at the moment, I'm not working. Just simple as that. Why are you planning to continue your education? Okay, so it's simple. Why are you planning to continue your education at this moment? Maybe it's something you plan that during your undergraduate studies, after your undergraduate studies, you're going to do 2 years of professional work experience. I mean, like going to get 2 years professional work experience, and after which you'll be looking for ways to further your education because you believe that with that experience you've already gotten, going for your master's will help you to be able to navigate the academic hurdles, master's academic hurdles or PhD or whatever. Okay, and with that you are well prepared because you know you've gotten experience already doing after your undergraduate studies, and now having a master's sum it up. Okay, so that will just add up everything and coming back to your home country. And be sure to add that to your home country always when you give answers. Every slightest opportunity you have to mention your home country, try to do so. Okay, it is so key. Okay, okay, can't you just continue your education in your home country? Okay, of course it depends. There are countries wherein you have, even your own country, they still do master's degree in your area of interest. So here comes in now maybe the international experience that you need. Don't put emphasis on the US. Put emphasis on the particular university you have been admitted to. And I know why I'm saying this, because you don't want the consular to have the impression that you are coming here and because you admire the US and you are going to stay here after your studies. Okay, so your focus should be on the particular university you have been accepted to. Lay emphasis on that, okay? And say a lot about that university that you believe will add to your skills, okay, as compared to if you've done your master's degree in your home country because of maybe a liability or some experience that you know you are going to get, okay, or some courses that you know you will be taking that perfectly aligns with your career and professional goals. Okay, so focus on the university and what you are going to get from the university for this particular question, why you are. And if you know, of course, in your home country short courses are not offered, then that makes your life so easy. Okay, so you just have to say it like that. The next one, why choose the United States of America? Why? This again is a catch. Don't focus on the US. US has the best education system. US this that. Don't focus on the US. Focus on the university that you have been admitted to. Okay, you're not going to tell the visa officer because US is the most powerful country. It's a red flag. Okay, so don't go there. Tell them about the university you have been admitted to. Even though they are asking about why the US. So I'm going to the US because I have gotten an offer from this university that I believe has exactly what I ever wanted to study. Okay, because it is just from the US that you've gotten that admission and that particular university. That university cannot be in any other country. Okay, so focus on the university and the knowledge you are going to harness from that university. Why the US? Okay, maybe if you want to bring in the US, maybe, of course, the prestige counts. Yes, getting a degree from the US and going back to your home country, you know what that means. But again, you have to draw reference as to some people who have studied in the US and now they are excelling in their areas and they are making great impact in their society. So you want to emulate those people because you see the impact they are doing in their communities. So you see, maybe because of curiosity. Okay, how many colleges did you apply to? So the visa officer wants to know whether you are a student that is not lazy. Basically, they want to see, you just want to know. Okay, And most often, if you've got so many rejections, because they are not going to dig in this information. So if you have so many rejections, just focus on, let's say if you apply to 6 universities and you have like three, that's 50% chances. You may reduce the number of universities you apply to and just say apply to 4 universities. I got accepted into 3 and rejected in one of the universities, and you have to present even the rejections. Bring all those offer letters with you during your visa interview. Simple as that. Okay? Because they want to see that you are someone that is not just too conservative. I just want to focus on these universities. Yes, that can happen because, you've seen that when you started applying, the first university you apply to, the course you are going to study perfectly aligns with whatever you're going to do back in your home country. So you wanted to save your energy, your time, and maybe you've gotten a good scholarship from that university. So why do you rush? Why do you have to worry about, just be straightforward. Okay? Do you know your professors at the university? Of course, if you're a graduate student, you must have reached out to your graduate coordinator, or you've reached out, you must have had conversation with anybody within the university. Mention them and know their name and their roles. Okay? If it's a professor that teaches whatever module, mention the professor and what he or she teaches. Okay? If it's just a graduate coordinator, mention their name and what they do. Simple as that. Okay, what are their names? I've just said that. What city is your school located? This is about the university now. It's about your school. Okay, of course, you should know those information. Your county, not county, your county. Okay, like for Pittsburgh here, or Carnegie Mellon, it's Allegheny, something like that. Okay, so know your county, know things relating to your university. So your city, for me, Pittsburgh or whatever city. You mentioned that you should. Have you been to the United States? This is simple. This is more like a yes or no answer. No, I have never been to the United States. Yes, I have been to the United States to do this, that. You don't have to wait for them to ask you your reason of traveling to the United States. What are your test scores? Meaning, if you've taken anyone. If you've not taken anyone, I have not taken any of the test scores. If you are from an English-speaking country, of course. If you are from an English-speaking country, of course, maybe you don't even need an English language proficiency test. So you just mentioned that. And if you're not taking the GRE, GMAT, TOEFL, or IELTS, or SAT for undergraduates, don't just say that. Basically, I have not taken any of that. I didn't take any of that because my school does not require that or with that requirement. Okay, simple. What was your previous GPA, your grade point average? That's something. Even when I've asked some people, like, what's your GPA? They'll be stumbling. That's a red flag. You're not even prepared for your interview. Okay, so that one to your fingertip. It's 3 points, blah blah blah, or whatever amount you should know. How do you plan to fund the entire duration of your education? This is the dilemma. This is the most. This is the point now. So it depends on, there are very ways you can fund your education. It might be your uncle has provided you with a bank statement to support you. It might be your aunt or relatives. It might be your personal savings. It might be you've taken a student loan. It might be your company has offered you some money to come study, which is really, really good because it gives you very strong home ties. Because if your company is going to sponsor you, like your previous employer, then definitely they're expecting you to get those skills and go back to your home country. Simple as that. Okay, so it depends. If it's your uncle, always, I have made a video on that. When you have an uncle or relative, make sure you have something that either you have been doing for them and now they see the need that you have to go and study, and when you come back you have to relate. Why are they funding you with short an amount of money? Because this is so archaic in a sense, like it has been there. People will always come with bank statements from their uncles. Why our uncles are always the ones sponsoring us? So your uncle taking that lot of money just to sponsor you, you shouldn't have something to do for them in return. It might be because they have opened something or they are planning to do something which they believe that your experience will be a help, for them to succeed in that area. And even before that, you have been working with them. I remember they asked me a question of short, like similar question wherein I had to bring in my dad, and that I have been helping him doing bill of quantities, okay, like site visitation, because he is into construction. So if I was going to take over a construction company, I must have been doing something. Okay, so it's just something like that. Find something to relate to what your uncle is doing, or maybe your uncle's brother. It might not be your uncle. So your uncle might be someone that is totally different from your area, but maybe your uncle has a brother that is doing something that aligns with you. So they are sponsoring so that you work with that your other uncle, because for them they are very close. So find something, and it has to align. Okay, even when you align, be straightforward. Okay, and so how much does your school cost? Your school fee cost? This is something. When it comes to figures, don't stumble. When it comes to figures, say them directly. If it's $85,290 this dollars, say it. Okay, when it comes to figures. Okay, so that's it, your total cost. How will you meet these expenses? So it depends. You must have calculated, if it's your uncle, how much he's going to give you, and your tuition. So, and you've prepared a budget, a realistic budget, how you're going to spend your money. Maybe in terms of housing, in terms of what you're going to be wearing, or in terms of your feeding, you have a realistic budget. I did this before I went for my interview. Okay, I have a realistic budget. Unfortunately, I didn't work with that, and it affected me, which is a mistake I have done. And I'm going to make a video on how you can save money as an F1 student. If something that you would like to hear from my experience, please comment, put that on the comment section, okay? So I will know that there are people who are interested in that, and I will make a video on that. I'm planning to make a video on that, okay? How you can save money while you are in the US, okay? What is your sponsor's occupation? They just want to know how they are getting their money. It's a liquid capital. If they are into business, what type of business? How much are they earning? It can be per month or per year after tax. Okay? You should know those figures. You should read them as if you have been with them. You don't want to give the impression that these people just give you money. You don't know anything about them. Okay? Do you have any brother or sister in the US? Basically, that's what the question is saying. If you don't, I don't have. Or do you have any brother or sister? It can be in the US, or maybe if they put the US, if you have, yes. If you don't, no, I don't have. If it's just general, if you have, yes. And the reason why they're asking you, maybe if it's your parent that is paying for you, then they want to see how many brothers or sisters do you have. If you've not put those information on your DS-160, then don't put yourself into trouble. If you have, and you think maybe if you mention how many of them, it's going to affect your success of getting the visa, because they might see, okay, your parents have to take care of the other children. Just reduce the number, simple as that. And when you say these things, say it with confidence, composure. Steeze is key. Okay. Okay, have you gotten any loan? So this basically, like for Indian students, most often the visa officers knows that these students go for loan. And loan, as I do say, is one of the most reliable source of funding. Some uncle can say, I'm going to help you with this, and once you come to the US, stranded, they will have something else to do with their money, okay, and they will not focus on you, so you come here and be stranded. But for loans, they are always there, okay. And if you're interested into anything of sorts like student loan, before even you apply, because one thing I have noticed, some people apply and now they are preparing for a visa interview to come to me. Yeah, of course, I'm ready to help, but before even you apply, please come to me, so I'll help you to expedite the process. I am an Empower ambassador. Of course, most of you, if you've been part of my channel, you know exactly. And if this is your first time, please consider at this moment, if this video is making any sense to you, give this video a like, share, of course, and subscribe to the channel to be part of the family, because I have so many content to bring to you. Okay, where am I? So if you've taken any loan, of course you should know, and just tell them the amount of loan you've taken. And if they ask you, don't go straight, I'm planning this way, I'm planning to pay, blah blah blah, I've taken a loan from this. Simple as that. They ask you how you plan. You don't want to go there and just, sorry to say, and just be talking, blah, blah, blah. I was asked, how am I going to fund? I told them I have gotten a scholarship from the university. I have a position, which is a greater position, which I'm going to pay this amount. And the rest, I have taken a loan. I didn't explain how am I going to pay. And what they asked me, do you have document to prove? I gave the document, and that was it. Okay, so don't go there and start putting yourself into trouble. Okay, fine. So just answer when they ask you how you're going to play. You must have a plan. I'm not going to explain that here. I've made a video when you take a student loan, how you should respond to questions based on your finances, how you're going to pay back. Okay, how do you plan on repaying your loan? Of course, so I've just mentioned, I've made a video on that. When you come back to your home country, to your home during vacation holidays, this is tricky. If you are not from the STEM area or your university, you know that during the summer, you'll not be doing any internship. But if your program requires that you are going to be doing internship, then of course, you are not going back to your home country. But if there's nothing like that, give them the impression that you are going back to your home country because you must have missed your country for like 3 or 4 months or 5 months. Yes, I'm eager to come back to my own country, okay, during holidays because I have missed my country, so I would have missed my country so much and all of that. And the reason why, you don't want to give them the impression that you are going to be here during the summer, not doing anything because you just want to enjoy. And that means you are giving them the impression that maybe after your studies, you are planning to stay here. Tell them, let them see that, yes, this guy is eager to go back to his country. I miss my family, my brothers, my sisters, the loneliness. I don't think I will be able to cope, when there will be no schooling. Just something like that. Give them that impression. You're coming back to your home country and they may want to know how you're going to pay back. Okay, you must have saved some money, which is why you know how you're going to use your money. Simple as that. What are your plans, your post-graduation, after you've graduated? Which is why I told you, every answer you give, don't give them impression for them to feel like you're not coming back. Whatever answer, whenever you have that opportunity to mention your home country, mention it, that you are coming back to do this, that mention something that has to do with your home country. And you have to do that with passion. Okay? Simple as that. Simple as that. Do you have a job or career in mind after you graduate? Don't say no. Hey, it's a red flag. Please, before you go for your visa interview, have something already. Research. Even if you have been working and you are planning to change your environment, your work environment, try to do a research. If it's like engineering, if I'm a civil engineer, so if I'm a civil engineer, I'm looking forward to work with one company that I know about that company already, and you know how much they are paying and all of that, so that you'll be safe. So when you go for your visa interview, you're going to tell them straight off, yes, I have this in mind in my country, this company, know the company, and just don't say I plan to work in one of the biggest construction companies. So now the companies. Maybe you've listed like 3 companies. Give them the impression that you have already some companies in mind, that they have always been in your mind, that once you are done with your master's degree, you plan to work in one of these companies. Or if you have just one, know the company and know the name. Okay, fine. And some of the things they have been doing, maybe within your area of specialization that interests you, that has given you the urge to work with that company. And of course, the paycheck. Okay, just something like that. Do you have a job or career in mind after? Okay, that's what I've done. Do you have plan on returning back to your home country? I have told you already. I have plans. Of course, I've just identified the company already. I plan to work on this company when I return back to my own country, or open a business or a farm, or this that I've always wanted to be someone. Like, I feel like my skills align with just being a manager, something like that. I hate being an employee. So just something like that. Or maybe you plan to work a while when you come back to put yourself in a better position to help you build that capital and start your business. That has always been in your mind. Are you sure you won't stay in the US? My purpose of going to the US is to do my studies. I can't imagine having to be there after my studies. I just want to come back and put these skills I've acquired into practice. I have this company in mind, I have this plan, I have this and all of that. So my purpose of going to the US is to get the expertise. I just want to put all my effort, get the required skill, You come to US, you get the degree and stay here, you're not going to bluff anyone. But go back to your home country, people will look at you differently. You know what I'm talking about. Okay? Will you continue to work for your current employer after you graduate? It depends. Maybe your employer has given you a study leave. Of course, you can just explain that, which gives you a very strong home ties. Okay? And I would advise most of you, if you plan to work back in that company, maybe it is good you get, even if it's not pay, a study leave without pay is also good. At least you know you have a job waiting for you already. Okay. And the last question here, why should you be given a student visa? Please don't go there and start bragging because I have enough money and this, that. No. The visa is a key to me fulfilling my dream. For me to come to US and fulfill my dream of studying and getting the required degree I ever wanted, I have dreamt of. So I need this visa to accomplish my goals, which is going to the US and study. And more so, of course, you are a law-abiding citizen in your home country. You've never been in any felony. Okay? You've never committed any crime. So you know, of course, you come here and obey the rules that have been stated that guides you based on your status as a student in the United States. Okay? So, few tips for us to close this one. Okay? Have the confidence, do lots and lots of research about every possible question that comes in your head and create an answer ahead of it and know where you should start and how you are going to end. I don't advise you to cram things. Okay? It's very bad. You don't want to go there and sound like a robot. It's about you understanding. Okay? I've just put these questions and I'm answering them just like you. So just imagine that and be confident. Assuming you are talking to that's your good friend that you know, you can just talk to them at any moment, like, you know, maybe your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your, you know, any of your relatives that you know you have so much confidence to talk to. I know, of course, it's going to be different no matter what, no matter how I'm going to put emphasis on this one. But that moment, you're going to feel something a bit different. But compose, steez. Okay, guys. So I think it's high time we ended this video here. And just like I told you, I'm planning to make a video on other areas. So if this video has made any sense to you, has given you some maybe guidance on how you should approach certain questions, please don't forget to give this one a like, share it to others. Okay, thank you guys, and see you again in my next video. I wish you the very best in your journey. Bye bye. See you again.